The Schweres Panzer-Regiment, or Heavy Armored Regiment Bäke, was one of the most remarkable yet short-lived armored units of the German army during World War II. Existing for just over a month, the regiment took part in operations between January and February of 1944. Despite the brief operational period, it achieved an extraordinary combat record, destroying over 500 Soviet tanks and self-propelled guns in just 24 days of combat. By mid-1943, the momentum of the war on the Eastern Front had shifted in the favor of the Soviet Union following their victory at the Battle of Kursk. The German forces weakened and, on the defensive, sought to establish a strong defensive line along the Dnieper River, known as the Ostwall or the Eastern Wall, to halt the Soviet advance. The Soviet leadership saw the opportunity to press their advantage by launching a massive offensive to break through German defenses and liberate key territories and cities in the Ukraine. The Soviet High Command launched a multi-front offensive involving over 2.6 million troops, supported by thousands of tanks, artillery, and aircraft. Despite the Germans' desperate attempts to hold their positions, the Soviet forces advanced rapidly, pushing the German army back toward the Dnieper River. The Red Army conducted forced river crossings under heavy enemy fire, often relying on makeshift rafts and swimming through the strong currents to establish bridgeheads on the western bank. After securing multiple bridgeheads across the river, the Soviet forces launched successive assaults against heavily entrenched German positions. The fighting was intense, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The Germans attempted counterattacks using their panzer divisions, but they were ultimately unable to stop the Red Army's momentum. One of the most significant moments of the battle occurred on the 6th of November 1943, when the Soviet First Ukrainian Front under General Nikolai Vatutin liberated Kiev. The loss of this city was a major blow to Hitler's strategic position in Ukraine, further weakening the German defenses. In this difficult situation, extraordinary decisions were made. The Heavy Armored Regiment was assembled in early 1944 as a temporary battle group or Kampfgruppe, with the specific purpose of reinforcing the German defense on the Eastern Front. The Schweres Panzer-Regiment or Heavy Armored Regiment Bäke was named after its commander, Oberstleutnant or Lieutenant Colonel Franz Bäke, an experienced and highly decorated panzer officer. Bäke had previously demonstrated exceptional leadership in armored warfare. His unit, the 6th Panzer Division, took part in the invasion of Poland, the Battle of France, and Operation Barbarossa. Following the encirclement of the German 6th Army at Stalingrad, the division took part in the attempt to relieve the 6th Army in December of 1942. In January of 1943, Bäke was awarded the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross. Later, during the Battle of Kursk in July of 1943, Bäke's unit fought near Belgorod. For his actions during Operation Citadel, Bäke was awarded the Oak Leaves to the Knight's Cross. Throughout the war, the German army frequently assembled tactical subunits into Kampfgruppen 4 specific operations. As the conflict wore on and the tide turned against Germany, this adaptability became a necessity rather than an advantage. By the late stages of the war, many Kampfgruppen, some as large as regiments or even divisions, became semi-permanent formations complete with internal logistical support. However, in the long run, this practice proved counterproductive. Many conventional divisions were left under strength as essential subunits were siphoned off to reinforce these ad hoc battle groups. Despite this fact, certain Kampfgruppen achieved remarkable success on the battlefield. Love diving deeper into military history? This video is supported by my YouTube members who get exclusive videos weekly, not available anywhere else for their kind support. You can join their ranks easily. Just hit the join button now to get the exclusive videos and much more. Thank you for supporting me. I couldn't be doing it without your help. If you want to know more about Germany's panzer tactics, check out my ebook in the description. One such unit was the Schweres Panzer-Regiment Bäke, a fully self-sufficient force formed by consolidating independent units with elements withdrawn from frontline divisions. Though primarily a panzer force, it was reinforced with infantry and artillery support, making it a formidable combined arms formation. Bäke's regiment's composition included the headquarters of the 11th Panzer Regiment of the 6th Panzer Division, the 2nd Battalion of the 23rd Panzer Regiment with 46 Panther tanks, the 503rd Heavy Tank Battalion with 34 Tiger I heavy tanks, a Mountain Infantry Battalion, an Artillery Battalion, and a Pioneer Battalion. This structure allowed the Schweres Panzer-Regiment Bäke to operate independently. The regiment's combat actions took place during the grueling battles of early 1944, particularly in Ukraine, as part of Germany's desperate attempts to stem the Soviet advance. In its first engagement, Kampfgruppe Bäke was tasked with counterattacking Soviet forces near Kirovograd. In a series of intense clashes, the regiment used superior tactics and the high quality of its armored vehicles to inflict severe losses on the Red Army. By the end of the battle, dozens of Soviet tanks had been knocked out, reinforcing the unit's reputation. But the regiment's most significant action occurred during the German attempt to relieve the encircled forces at the Korsun-Cherkasy pocket. The Soviet forces had surrounded a large contingent of German troops, and Kampfgruppe Bäke was deployed as part of the relief effort. The regiment spearheaded multiple breakthrough attempts, engaging large Soviet armored formations in fierce battles. Through skillful maneuvering and effective use of its heavy armor, the unit managed to destroy an estimated 500 Soviet tanks and self-propelled guns. Despite their efforts, the relief operation only partially succeeded, with some German forces managing to escape while others were lost. After this operation, Bäke was awarded the swords to his Knight's Cross on the 21st of February 1944. But following its impressive combat record, the Heavy Panzer Regiment was disbanded in late February of 1944, with its personnel and surviving vehicles reassigned to other units. The regiment's brief but intense operational history serves as a testament to the effectiveness of German armored warfare doctrine and the formidable capabilities of German tank design. Though ultimately unable to alter the overall course of the war, the regiment's achievements remain a subject of study among military historians and armored warfare enthusiasts. Oberstleutnant Bäke continued to serve in the army, later commanding other armored formations until the end of the war. On the 8th of May 1945, he surrendered to the American forces. He was interned for 2 years and released in 1947. After this, Bäke resumed his dental practice and died in 1978 in a car accident. The Heavy Armored Regiment Bäke was an extraordinary unit that, despite its short experience, left a lasting impact on the battles of the Eastern Front. Its very high kill ratio and strategic importance in critical engagements highlight the skill and tenacity of its commander and crew. However, its dissolution reflected the broader reality of Germany's declining fortunes in the war, as even the most effective fighting units could not halt the overwhelming Soviet advance. The legacy of Kampfgruppe Bäke endures as a striking example of armored warfare at its peak during World War II. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to support my channel, check out the PayPal donation link in the description or consider becoming a member. To make sure you don't miss my future work, subscribe to my channel please and press the bell notification button. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.